Hello everyone, welcome to our lecture number 3 of CSAT. Okay, so now we are in lecture number 3 of number system. Now we have come to the topic of divisibility. Okay, now what is divisibility? See, in divisibility there are two concepts. First, either a number will be completely divisible by a number by which it is divided by, or either a number will leave some remainder. Alright, so for example, we are taking a number x and we are going to divide it by a number y. Okay, so if the remainder comes to be 0, then it is completely divisible. But if there is a remainder, then it is not completely divisible. But the thing is that the remainder will be what? Remainder will be between 0 to n. It can be equal to 0, but it cannot be greater than y. So if you are dividing, for example, 15 by 7, so the remainder will be between 0 to 7. Okay, so it can either be equal to 0 if it is completely divisible, which in this case is not, uh, but then the remainder will be what in this case? In this case, it will be 1, obviously. Okay, it will always be less than 7, that is up to 6. Alright, so I hope everybody is clear with this concept. Now I have told this concept many times. Now let's move forward to the next concept. Okay, now see, we are looking at the relationship between the remainder and the decimal. Okay, so suppose we divide 42 by 5. All right, suppose we divide 42 by 5, then what will be the remainder here? The remainder will be 2 because it goes 8 times and the remainder will be 2 here. All right, so in this case the remainder is positive. Okay, the quotient is 8, the remainder is 2. Okay, now if the number is, for example, minus 42 and you are dividing this by 5, okay, so the remainder is coming to be minus 2, but we cannot have a negative remainder. So what will be the remainder here? 5 minus 2, that will be 3. Okay, that will be 3. Okay, so always remember, guys, there will be never be negative remainders. Okay, so in this case, when you are dividing 42 by 5, obviously you are getting 8.4 as the decimal. Okay, but the point is that decimal can never be negative. Okay, decimal can never be negative. So how this will be represented in the form of decimal? So what you will do when you are dividing minus 42 by 5, it is coming to be minus 8.4. This can be negative, but this can't be negative. Okay, so what you will get? Minus 9 as the quotient part and the decimal part will be 0.6. Okay, because why? Because you have to subtract this from 1. Alright, so this will be your quotient and this will be your remainder if this is the case, that minus 42 by 5. Okay, minus 42 is divided by 5, then the decimal part will not be minus 0.5, it will be 0.6, and the quotient part will be minus 9. Okay, so try to remember this concept that decimal is never negative. Similarly, once again look at this concept. Okay, minus 42 by 5 is there. So when there was no minus, we are getting 8.4, and when there is minus, and we know that a decimal cannot be negative, so what are we going to do here? We are getting minus 8.4, but we have to convert this into positive. Okay, so this is minus 9 plus 0.6. Okay, this have to be 0.6 now. Okay, so it will be minus 8.4. So this is how you get the decimal as positive. All right, now let's move on. See, now we have to see the theorems of divisibility. So theorems of divisibility are nothing but they are the general properties. So for example, it is saying that if A is divisible, see, theorems of divisibility are nothing but the general properties and the common sense that it comes with division. Okay, So it is saying that if A is divisible by B, then AC is also divisible by B. Okay, so C can be any number, still AC will be divisible by B. Why? Because uh, B is a factor of A, B is a factor of A. Okay, then B is a factor of A into C as well. Okay, so divisibility and being a factor is also a little bit similar. All right. So this property. Now look at this property. It is saying that if A is divisible by B and B is divisible by C, then A is divisible by C. So what it is saying that A is a factor of B and B and C is a factor of B. Okay. So that means C is a factor of A. Okay. Okay, so if we want to visualize this in the form of a number, let's say take 45. All right, now I am saying that let A is equals to 45 and B is equals to 15. Then A is divisible by B, okay, and then B is equals to 15 and C is equals to 5. Okay, C is equals to 5. Then A is divisible by B and B is divisible by C. That means what? A is divisible by C. You can obviously see here that A is divisible by C. Alright. So this is how we do this. Now see the next statement. If A and B are natural numbers such that A is divisible by B and B is divisible by A, then A equal to B. So if A and B are natural number such that A is divisible by B and B is divisible by A, then there is nothing but A is equal to B. Okay. So take it as, for example, if you take A is equals to 1 and B is equals to 5. Okay, then this will never be equal unless and until you get A and B equal. Okay, that means A by A is equals to B by B. Then you will get what? Obviously 1. So, if any times this condition is given to you, that means A and B are basically what? They are the same number. They are what? They are the same number. So these are the general theorems of divisibility. There is nothing special in this. Just we have to remember these concepts. All right. Now see this concept. If let's say we have a number n and it is divisible by d and m is divisible by d, then m plus n and m minus n both are divisible by d. Okay, so there is a number, if both are divisible by d, okay, then their addition is also divisible by d and subtraction is also divisible by d. Okay, so let's see this. Suppose we have number 28 and 742. So you can obviously check it. Both of these are divisible. Okay, this 4 times and this is 106 times. Okay, so both are divisible by 7. Now check for 742 plus 28. All right, this will be what? This will be 770. This is very apparent. This is divisible by 7 and just subtract 742 minus 28. Okay, so this is what? This will be 714 and we know obviously this is divisible by 7. All right. So always remember that if n is divisible by d and m is divisible by d, then m plus n is also divisible by d and m minus n is also divisible by d. All right. So this is what it is all about. Now let's look at this. If A is divisible by B and C is divisible by D, then AC is divisible by BD. Okay. So what it is saying that if B is a factor of A or A is divisible by B, anything you can say. Okay. And C is divisible by D. That means C uh, C is divisible by D or D is a factor of C, then obviously A into C is also divisible by B into D. All right. So this is very simple. If you have, let's say, 25 is equals to A and C is equal to, let's take 9, and let's take B is equals to 5 and D is equals to 3, then now we know A is divisible by B and and C is divisible by D. And now let's just multiply AC and BD. What are we going to get? 25 into 9 is 5 is divided by 5 into 3. So this is how you do it. Okay, this is very simple. This is how you do it. All right. So let's move on. Okay. Now see the highest power of a prime number p which divides factorial and exactly is given by n by p plus n by p square plus n by p cube and so on, where x denotes the greatest integer less than or equal to x. So basically here there are two concepts involved. What is factorial n first of all? Okay. Now see what is factorial. For example, let's say I am saying factorial 5. So what is factorial 5? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 is known as factorial 5. Okay. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 is known as factorial 5. Okay. Any number till you subtract 1 from it and keep multiplying it till it comes to 1, then it be factorial 5. So what is like factorial 15? It will be 15 into 14 into 13 into 12 into 11 into 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5. Okay, I hope now everybody must have understood it, that what is factorial. Okay. Now see, highest power of a prime number p in a factorial. So just see, for example, I am writing 7 factorial. Okay. So how 7 into 6 into 5 into 3 into 2 into 1. Okay. This is the value. This is the value of factorial 7. Now what is the highest power of a prime number p which divides factorial and exactly is given by this formula. Okay, so just look at the application of this formula and you will understand what I am saying. So for example, I have to find uh, this highest power of 3 in factorial 7. You can obviously see it is 3 square, but can I use this formula and find out? Okay, so let's just see. See guys, look at this concept. The highest power of a prime number p which exactly divides factorial n is given by greatest integer less than or equal to x. Okay, x, where x is what? This. Okay, so n by p square plus n by p cube. Now see how does it transform in reality. So let's just take the example of factorial 7. So I know factorial 7 is what? 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Alright, here I know what is the highest power of 3. 3 to the power 2. Okay, because this is 6. Alright, this is 6. So we know 3 to the power 2. So let's just see how this formula applies. Okay. So here n is equals to 7 and p is equals to 3. Now let me apply this formula. So we have to take greatest integer. So 7 by 3 will come 2 point something. Alright, 2 point something. But we have to take denote the greatest integer less than or equal to x. So this is x. What is the greatest integer less than or equal to this? Obviously 2. So we are getting here 2. Now we don't need to check this one because this will be 7 by 9. So greatest, so this will come out 0 point something, and greatest integer less than or equal to x will be what? 0 only. So I will not have to check यहाँ से further. Alright, so I get this equal to 2. Now let's just check it for another number. Let's say check it for this 7 by 2. So I am checking it for prime number 2. All right. How will I get it? 7 by 2 is equals to what? 3.5. What is the greatest integer? 3. Okay. Now 7 by 2 square. 7 by 4. Okay. So what is the greatest integer you are going to get here? 1 point something is the value of this. And what will be the greatest integer here? 1. Okay, again this will become 2 cube Okay, so 7 by 8 when this will become, so it will be 0 point something, the greatest integer will be 0, so we don't need to check it यहाँ से. So 3 plus 1 is equals to how much 2's you are getting in factorial 7? 4. Alright, now just check it, 1 2 you are getting here, 2 2's you are getting here, and 1 2 you are getting here. So basically you are getting how many 2's? You are getting 4 2's. Okay, so this is how you do it. Now this will be very handy for us if we want to know the number of, let's say, number of zeros. Okay, number of zeros in a factorial number which is very big. Okay, so for example, I have factorial 125. Okay, I have factorial 125. I want to know the number of zeros in this number, the number of zeros in this number. So how will I find it out? Okay, so see, the number of zeros will depend on the number of fives and tens, fives and twos, because 5 into 2 is 10. Okay, so basically what is 125 factorial? 125 into 124 into 123 into and so on. Alright, now see, the number of twos will always be greater than number of five. Okay, because see, here you will have how many twos? Many twos. Okay, here you will have this will become what? 62, and then again you will have a 2. Okay, then again in 123 you won't have a 2, but in 122 again you will have a 2. Okay, so the number of twos will always be greater. So if you come to know that what is the number of fives, obviously you will be able to find out the number of zeros in factorial this. Okay, the number of zeros, because 5 into 10, 5 into 2, it contributes to 1 0. Okay, so the number of fives will be corresponding to the number of zeros. तो basically मैं कहना क्या चाह रही हूँ कि अगर हमको पता है कि 5 इंटू 2 10 होता है, तो और 2 तो देखिए बहुत सारे नंबर्स में होगा. फॉर एग्जांपल 125 इंटू 124 इंटू 123 इंटू 122 इंटू 121 इंटू 120. तो अभी देखिए यहाँ पे आपको बहुत सारे 2 मिल जाएंगे. एटलीस्ट 4 से तो ये डिवाइड हो ही रहा है. यहाँ पे आपको 2 मिल जाएगा, यहाँ पे भी आपको 4 मिल जाएगा. ऑलराइट, बट आपको 5 कहाँ मिलेगा? यहाँ मिल रहा है और यहाँ मिल रहा है. तो 5 तो देखिए 5 के इंटरवल में मिलेगा, लेकिन 2 एवरी मतलब ऑल्टरनेट नंबर में मिल जाता है. तो अगर सिर्फ ये पता लगा लें कि कितने नंबर ऑफ फाइव्स हैं, ओके, तो हमको पता चल जाएगा कि उतने के लिए 2 तो मिल ही जाएंगे पेयरिंग करने के लिए. तो हमारा क्या नंबर ऑफ जीरोस पता लग जाएंगे. ठीक है, तो देखते हैं 125 फैक्टोरियल में कितने जीरोस हैं. तो 125 बाई 5 कर दीजिए, तो ये कितना आ जाएगा? 25. प्लस आप क्या करिए, अब 125 बाई 5 का स्क्वायर करिए, तो क्या आ जाएगा? 5 अगेन, बिकॉज ये क्या है, 5 का स्क्वायर 25 एंड 25 इंटू ये हो जाएगा. प्लस 125 इंटू 5 का क्यूब कर दीजिए. 5 का क्यूब क्या होता है? 125. सो दिस विल ऑल्सो कम इक्वल टू 1. अब देखिए इसके बाहर हम कैलकुलेट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So this will become what? 25 plus 6, that is 31. So 31 5 रहेंगे, इसका मतलब है 31 zeros रहेंगे आपके पास. ओके, 125 फैक्टोरियल में आपके पास 31 zeros रहेंगे. तो फैक्टोरियल भी आपको पता चल गया क्या होता है, फैक्टोरियल में कितने zeros होते हैं ये भी आपको पता चल गया. ऑलराइट, so I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now let's move forward. Now see, now that we came to know कि कितने जीरोस होते हैं किसी भी फैक्टोरियल में, हम एक दूसरे कॉन्सेप्ट पे जा रहे हैं. कॉन्सेप्ट क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं कि हम ये फाइंड करेंगे यूजिंग द स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ अ नंबर टू फाइंड द सम एंड द नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स ऑफ द नंबर. ठीक है, तो फॉर एग्जांपल 240 है, तो इसके कितने फैक्टर्स हैं, है ना. और फैक्टर्स की जब बात कर रहे हैं तो आई एम talking about both the things, the number of prime factors and number of composite factors as well. Okay, the number of prime factors and the number of composite factors as well. ठीक है, so we are trying to calculate this thing here. So first we are seeing sum of factors. Okay, sum of factors. So how to calculate the sum of factors of any number? So for example, we are taking 240. Okay, we are taking 240. So what you have to do here, first factorize this into prime factors. Okay, prime factors. So what is the prime factor? Obviously here it is easily visible that this is what? This is 24 into 10, which is, this is 2 to the 2 cube. Okay, 2 cube into 3, and this is what? 2 into 5. So basically the number of the standard notation what you are getting here is 2 to the power 4, 3 to the power 1, and 5. All right, now see the sum of factors can be given by this expression, and this expression is what? देखिए 2 to the power 4 है, so do one thing, write this 2 in this format to find the sum of factors. Do 2 to the power 0 plus 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 4. Okay, so you have to start raising your power from 0 and keep adding it. Okay, then similarly do this for 3 to the power 1. तो 3 to the power 0 कर दीजिए और 3 to the power 1 कर दीजिए, and then similarly do this for 5 to the power 1. So 5 to the power 0 कर दीजिए and 5 to the power 1 कर दीजिए. तो जब आप इसको ऐड करेंगे तो बेसिकली 1 प्लस 2 प्लस 4 प्लस 8 प्लस 16 आएगा. इसको ऐड करेंगे तो यू विल गेट 4, एंड when you will add this you will get 6, and you add this you are going to get 31. Okay, so now your sum of the factors come to be 744. तो 240 के कितने भी फैक्टर होंगे, जितने भी फैक्टर हैं 240 के, उनका सम क्या है? 744. आपको बस एक ही मेथडोलॉजी लगानी है. उसमें क्या करना है कि जो भी आपके प्राइम फैक्टर्स आए उनकी पावर देख लीजिए, ठीक है ना. तो उनकी पावर जैसे यहाँ पे इसकी 4 आई, तो 0 से उनको रेस करके ऐड करना चालू करिए इस फॉर्मेट में. 2 टू द पावर 0 प्लस 2 टू द पावर 1 प्लस 2 टू द पावर 2 प्लस 2 टू द पावर 3 प्लस 2 टू द पावर 4 एंड सो ऑन. तो आपको अपने नंबर ऑफ प्राइम फैक्टर्स मिल जाएंगे, सॉरी सम ऑफ फैक्टर्स के लिए आपको एक्सप्रेशन मिल जाएगा. प्लस इसके साथ भी यही करिए, प्लस इसके साथ भी यही करिए, एंड आप देख लीजिए जो भी फैक्टर्स है उनका सम इतना ही आएगा. ओके, यू कैन चेक दिस इन योर कैलकुलेटर. तो ये मेथड आई होप सबको क्लियर हो गया होगा. नाउ सी, ये तो हमने कर लिया. लेट्स एक्सप्लोर कि नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स कितने होंगे. ओके, नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स कितने होंगे. तो देखिए, एक काम करते हैं, पहले 40 के सम ऑफ फैक्टर्स निकाल लेते हैं. ओके, 40 का सम ऑफ फैक्टर्स निकाल लेते हैं. तो 40 का देखिए सम ऑफ फैक्टर्स बहुत इजी होगा. 8 into 5 है, so let's write this as 2 cube into 5. All right, 2 cube into 5. 2 cube into 5. All right, we are writing in this way. Now to find the sum of factors, what I am going to do is I am going to take this power and write it in this format. 2 to the power 0 plus 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 3. Okay, and what I am going to do with 5 is what? 5 to the power 0 plus 5 to the power 1. Okay, so basically the sum of factors I will get is what? 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8. So this is what? This is 12 plus 3, that is 15. All right, 12 plus 3 is 15, and this is what? 6. So we obviously know 15 into 6 is what? 90. All right, 15 into 6 is 90. So this is the sum of the factors. Okay, now see the sum of the factors, that is 2 to the power 0 plus 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 3. All right, because we have 2 cube into 5 for 40, and 5 to the power 0 plus 5 to the power 1. Okay, is written by what? See, this can be written as 2 to the power 0 plus into 5 to the power 0. Okay, when you will multiply this by this. So this becomes a factor. This is a factor. All right, 1 is a factor. And then you have 2 to the power 0 into 5 to the power 1. So this becomes a factor. Okay, because this is also a factor. When you are 5 is a factor of 40. Obviously 5 is a factor of 40. Then you have 2 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 0. That means 2 is a factor of 40. Yes. Then you have 2 to the power 1 and 5 to the power 1. That means 10. Yes. 10 is a power of, sorry, 10 is a factor of 40, yes. Then you have 2 to the power 2 into 5, okay. So you have 20, that means yes, this is a factor of 40. And then you have 2 to the power 2 into 5 to the power 1. Sorry, this was 4. We know 4 is a power, 4 is a factor of 40. Here we come to know that this is what 20 is a factor of 40, and this is what this is 8 is a power of 8 is a factor of 40, and this is what 40 itself is a power of 40 itself is a factor of 40, okay. So each of the number is included, okay. So these are basically what the number of factors. So now you don't have to do anything else, just take the power of these number and add 1 to them and then multiply them. So you get the number of factors. The number of terms here is what? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The number of terms is 8. Alright, the number of terms is 8. So obviously this is true for you. Okay. So 40, number of factors of 40 is what? 8. Okay, let's just try this for, we did for 120. Let's just do this for, let's say 160. Okay, the number of factors for 160. How many number of factors 160 will have? So this is what 16 into 10, which is what 2 to the power 4 into 2 into 5. So this becomes 2 to the power 5 into this. Okay, so number of factors of 160 will be what? 5 plus 1, because this is the power 5 plus 1 into 1 plus 1. So this is what 6 and this is what 2. So total number of factors of 160 is 12. Okay, is 12, including 1 and 160 itself. Okay, and obviously now you can find all the sum of the factors of 160. How? You will do 2 to the power 0 plus 2 to the power 1, okay, plus so on, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 5, okay. And then you will do 5 to the power 0 plus 5 to the power 1. What are you going to get? For this you are going to get 6. For this you are going to get what? This will be 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. All right. So add all this and multiply this and you will get the sum of factors of basically 160. All right. Now I hope everybody is clear with how to calculate the sum of the factors and the number of other factors. Now, if everybody is clear with the sum of the factors and number of factors, let's move on to the sum and number of even and odd factors of a number. Okay. Okay, so now let's just start with sum and a number of even and odd factors of a number. So suppose you are trying to find the number of factors of a number that is represented by the standard form 2 to the power 3, 3 to the power 4, 5 square and 7 cube. Okay, so this is already the standard form and you are trying to find the number of factors. Okay, so number of factors you already know, this will come to be what? 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 2 plus 1 and 3 plus 1. So when you will multiply this expression, so you will get the number of the factors. For the sum of the factors, you will do the same thing that we did, 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1 and so on. Okay, now everybody must be familiar with this concept. Now what are we going to do for the, if we want to know how many number of the factors are even and how many number of the factors are odd. Okay, so see, we had for this expression 2 cube, 3 to the power 4, 5 to the power 2 and 7 to the power 3, the sum of the factors can be given by what? 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 0, 3 to the power 1 plus 3 to the power 2 plus 3 to the power 3 into 5 to the power 0 plus 5 to the power 1 plus 5 to the power 2 into 7 to the power 0 plus 7 to the power 1 plus 7 to the power 2 plus 7 to the power 3. Okay, so see, uh, this is how the sum is given. Okay. Now if I say that all the odd factors are because of this number. Okay. All the odd factors are because of this number. So if this becomes 1, okay, then you know you will have 3 to the power 0 which will multiply to this, 3 to the power 1 which will multiply to this, 3 to the power 2 which will multiply to this, and 3 to the power 3 which will multiply to this. So these will be all the odd factors, these will all the odd factors, and these will be all the odd factors. All right, and their multiplication will also be the odd factors. Okay, so all the odd powers are because of this. So if I remove this, all right, if I remove this, so what I am going to get here is that if I say 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 3, and this whole expression is kept as it is, so I will get the sum of even factors. Okay, the sum of even factors. So if I just remove this 2 to the power 0 from here, so I will get the sum of even factors. All right. Now similarly, to uh, calculate the number of even factors, what I will do is, see, earlier I was doing what? When I had these many factors, I was doing what? 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 2 plus 1, and 3 plus 1. Now I'm doing what? I'm just removing this. Okay, I'm just removing this. Okay, so what I'm going to get is 3 into 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1. Okay, I'm doing this. All right. So this is the number of even factors. I hope everybody is clear with this. If not, let's see this once again. I am saying that if I remove the 2 to the power 0 from here, I will get all the terms which are odd, and this will give, sorry, I will remove all the terms which are odd, and this will give all the even number sum. Okay, even number sum. Similarly, if I remove this 2 to the power 0 from here, so this will be what? All the number of even terms. Okay, all the number of even terms. Okay, this will be all the number of even terms. So I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now let's move a little bit forward. So this is all about even factor. Let's just calculate the odd factors. Okay. So let's use the same expression. Now see, when we were calculating the sum of the factor of this number, this expression, so what we are going to get is 2 to the power 0 plus 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 2, 3, and so on. Let's just write this expression. Okay, now see, all the odd factors will show because of this one, and all the even factors will show because of these number. Okay, because everyone will come and be multiplying with this and become even. So if I remove all these number and just keep this one, so I will get what? The sum of all odd factors. So I just keep this 2 to the power 0 and just write this expression as it is, uh, because this is in this format. Okay, so this you will get the sum of all the odd factors. Okay, and the number of odd factors are given by what? 1 into for this 4 plus 1. Okay, for this 2 plus 1, for this 3 plus 1. Okay, so the number of odd factors will be given by what? This is what? 5 into 3 into 4. Okay, so 60 odd factors you will have. Okay, so now you know how to calculate the sum of odd factors and sum of even factors. Okay, so this is how you do these kind of questions. All right. So this is about even and odd. Now let's just see sum and factors satisfying other condition for any composite number. So for example, you have 1200. Okay, you have 1200. So find the sum and the number of factors such that these factors are divisible by 15. Okay, these factors are what? Divisible by 15. So how to do this? Okay, how to do this? So for this, let's just find out first the standard notation for this. So this is basically what 12 into 100. Okay, what is 12? 2 to the power 2 into 3. And what is 100? 2 to the power 2 into 5 into 5 to the power 2. So this becomes what? 2 to the power 4 into 3. Okay. And into 5 to the power 2. This will be the standard notation for this number. Okay. So to calculate the factors, I just broke it down. Okay. I just broke it down. If I could, I will break it down and I will do it. Okay. Now, see, in normal case, what will be the factor? Okay, so this will be sum of factors if we have to take out. So this will be 2 to the power 0 plus 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 4. Okay, and this will be what? 3 to the power 0 plus 3 to the power 1. Okay, and this will be what? 5 to the power 0 plus 5 to the power 1 plus 5 to the power 2. Okay, plus 5 to the power 2. Now see, um, it is saying find the sum and number of factors of 1200 such that the factors are divisible by 15. Okay. Now see, keep this intact. Okay, because this is all about twos. I will say just remove this from here. Okay, because all the numbers that are not a factor of 3 will come from here. Okay, so I remove this from here. So now everybody is going to be multiplied by this 3. Nobody is going to be multiplied by this one. So all will become multiple of 3. All right. So now just keep this intact. Okay. And remove this 5 to the power 0 also from here, because if this one will go, now everybody will become a factor of 5 as well. Every factor will become a factor of 5 as well. So this will become 5 to the power 1 plus 5 square. Okay. Now whatever the sum you are getting will be divisible by 15. Okay. So what will be the sum? 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16. What will this become is 20 plus 10. So this will become 31 into 3 plus this will become what? Sorry, this will get multiplied. So this is 5 plus 25. So this will be 30. So sum of the number of factors who are divisible by 15 will be given by this. Now this is what? 30 into 31 into 3. Alright. So this will become what? 90, and 90 into 31. This is 90, and this is what? Basically uh, 270. Alright. So 2790. So the sum of the factors who are divisible by 15 is what? 2790. Okay, 2790. So this is that easy if you are able to understand the concept. Okay, now let's find out the number of factors of 1200. Okay, number of factors of 1200 that are divisible by 15. Okay, so again we have our same expression, that is 2 square into 3 into 2 square into 5 square. Okay, so this will be 2 to the power 4 into 3 into 5 square. Okay, now see how to find the number of the factors that are divisible by 15. Okay, so see, again we will write this expression. Look at this very carefully. Okay, so the number of factors for each of this case is what? 4 plus 1. Okay. 3, sorry, 2, 1 plus 1. Okay, 1 plus 1. And this will be what? 2 plus 1. Now I'm just saying remove this and this from here. So remove this and this from here. So this will become what? 5 into 1 into 2. So this will become what? 10. Okay. So the number of factors that are divisible by 15 are total 10. Alright. A total what? 10. So I hope now everybody is clear. You can find the factors for any number. If you know the standard notation, you can find the number of factors for that number. All right. The sum of factors for that number. Now you can play with this concept any way you want. All right. I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Now let's move forward. Now see, it is asking, this question is asking, find the number of divisors of 1728. So now basically when it is saying find the number of divisors of 1728, then you obviously know it is asking about the number of factors of 1728. Okay, so let's just find it out. Now what is this 1728? Let's just factorize this. So I see that these last two numbers are divisible by 4. So I started dividing by 4. Okay, so this is what 4 fours are 16. Okay, 4 threes are 12 and 4 twos are 8. Okay, so I get 4. Now obviously I can see this is 43. So this is what 4 1 times and 4 8 times 108. Okay, okay. So I get 4 into 4 and now I got 108. Okay. Now everybody knows that 12 into 9 is what? Is 108. Everybody knows that. So this becomes 12 into 9. Okay. Now obviously we can know the factors. This is what? 2 square into 2 square into 2 square into 3 into 3 square. Okay, so this is a standard notation become what? 1 2 6 8 6 only. Okay, 2 to the power 6 into 3 to the power 3. Now this is a standard notation. Now we have to find the number of divisors. So number of divisors will be what? 6 plus 1 into 3 plus 1. Okay, what is 6 plus 1? 7 and 3 plus 1, 4, 28. So you get the answer as 28. The number of divisors of 1728 is what? 28. Okay, if you want to find out the sum also, that is also easy for you. So these things have become this easy for you. Alright, these things have become this easy for you. Next, let's move on to another concept. It is saying find the number of divisors of 1080 excluding the divisors which are perfect square. Okay, which are perfect square. So let's see how we can do this. So this is what 1080. Okay, now this is 1080. So this can be written as 108 into 10 and this can be written as 12 into 9 into 10. This is what 2 square into 3. This is what 3 square and this is what 2 into 5. So it's very easy to find the standard notation, okay, for us because we are good people. Okay, so this becomes 2's cube and this becomes 3's cube and this becomes 5. Okay, now it is asking find the number of divisors of 1080 excluding the one which are perfect square. Okay, now let's see which of the following are perfect square. So we need to write in the form of expansion of sum. Okay, so take this 2 to the power 3. So you have 2 to the power 0 plus 2 to the power 1 plus 2 square plus 2 to the power 3. Okay, and then you have um, 3 to the power 0 plus 3 to the power 1 plus 3 square plus 3 to the power 3. Alright, and then you have 5 to the power 0 and 5 to the power 1. Okay, so it is saying find the number of divisors of 1080 excluding the divisors which are perfect square. Okay, so now let's see who will be the perfect square. So this 2 square, this will be a perfect square. Okay, this will be a perfect square. This 3 square, this will be a perfect square. Okay, and what else? When these two will get multiplied by each other, that will also be a perfect square. So we got 3 perfect square, 3 factors as perfect square. Do we have any other chance that any other number can be perfect square? No, I don't think so. Okay, you can see any other number is not perfect square if it will get multiplied to any other number, that will also not become a perfect square. So now I come to know that we have 3 perfect squares here. And what is the total number of factors here? Okay, what is the total number of factors? So we have what? 3 plus 1. All right. 3 plus 1 and 1 plus 1. So that is what 4 into 4 into 2, which is 20. Um, 16 into 2, which is 32. Okay, and I know three number are perfect square, so I will just subtract this from 32. So it becomes what? 29. So we have 29 number which are not perfect square, because it is asking us find the number of divisors of 1080 excluding the divisors which are perfect square. So now I think everybody must be clear with this concept. So these questions are so easy. All right. UPSC asks us to play a lot with number system. So we are doing that. Okay. Um, Now see, it is asking find the number of divisors of 544 excluding 1 and 544. So we are going to do nothing but find the number of the factor of this number and then just exclude these two numbers. All right, just do the minus 2. So let's see what are the factor of these numbers. So now we have 54 here. Okay, so just divide this by 4, because we know this is divisible by 4. So 4 1 times 4 you are going to get 4 2 times, 4 3 times you are going to get 12. All right. And then you are going to get 4 6 are 24. Okay. So obviously what we got 136 into 4. Okay. Now we know that this is also divisible by 4. Okay. So 4 into 4. All right. 4 into 4. And this is what 4 3s are 12. Okay. And this is 4 4s are 16. Okay. So you got this. Um, so you can write 4 into 4, and then what is left of this? After this, obviously 34. Okay, and we know what is 34. 34 is basically what? 17 into 2. So you have this. So what is this power? 2 to the power 5, I guess, because this is 2 square into 2 square, and this one, and into 17. Okay, into 17. Now see, 2 to the power 5 into 17. What are the number of divisors of this number? 5 plus 1 and 1 plus 1. So this is 6 into 2, that is 12. And just subtract these two numbers, so you get 10. Okay, so this 10 becomes your answer. This is that easy. Okay, all right. So I know, I think everybody must be understanding that if we know the concept, these questions are very easy. All right, these questions are very easy. Okay, now look at this question. It is saying find the number of divisors of 544 which are greater than 3. Okay, so let's just find it. So 544 we have. All right, 544, and we have to find the number of divisors which are greater than 3. So what we got, 2 to the power 5 into 17 to the power 1. Okay, and it is asking about divisors which are greater than 3. So we have to expand this. Okay. So let's just expand this. We have 2 to the power 0 plus 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 5, and that's it. And then we have 17 to the power 0 plus 17 to the power 1. Okay, and we have to find the number of divisors that are greater than 3. So I will do what? I will find the number of divisors that are less than 3, because that will be few. Okay, and then I will subtract this from the total number of the divisors. Okay, so see, this is 1. Okay, this is 1. So this 2 to the power 0 and 2 to the power 2, when multiplied with this one, will produce 1 and 4, 2, and these two numbers are less than 3. Okay, rest all will produce number that are greater than 4. Okay, rest all will produce number that are greater than 4. Okay, this is the concept. Okay, and what else? You will have 1. Okay, this will be 1 itself. Okay, and if you see 2 to the power 0 and 2 to the power 1 and so on, so but if you multiply this 1 we have already considered. If you multiply the 17 by 1, then you will have a number greater than 3. So we have only two numbers, okay, only two numbers uh, that are less than 3, okay. And total number of factors will be what? 5 plus 1 into 1 plus 1, that is 12. So 12 minus 2 is what? 10. So your answer will come equal to 10, okay. So this is how you do these kind of question. So just understand the concept, okay, and obviously you will be able to do these questions, okay. So I didn't want कि मैं ऐसे बता दूं कि number of odd factors ऐसे निकाले जाते हैं, number of even factors ऐसे निकाले जाते हैं. अब आपको तो सभी पता चल गया कि क्या remove करना है तो क्या condition आ जाएगी, okay. So this is how we do this. Now let's just move forward. Now see, this question is saying find the sum of even divisors of 4096. Okay. Find the sum of even divisors of 4096. Now 4096, I will check whether this 96 is divisible by 4 or not. Okay. So definitely this is divisible by 4. Okay. So let's just start finding it factors. So this will become 1 0 uh, 2. Okay, 2 you are going to get here, and 1024. Okay, so 1 4, and then you will get what? Again this will become what? um, this is divisible by 4, so write 4 here, and this will become what? 4 2 times 8. Okay, 4 5s are 20 and 4 6 are 24. Okay, so we know this is again divisible by 4. Okay, so, and we know what is 256. 256 is the square of, I think, 16. Okay, 6 6 are 36. This is becomes 96, and this. So now we know that this is a square of 16. So we got what? Basically 4096 is 4 into 4 into 16 into 16. Okay, which is what? 2 square into 2 square into uh, this is what? Um, 2 to the power 4 into 2 to the power 4. So this will become what? This is 2 to the power, basically 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 4 is 8, and 8 plus 4 is 12. So 2 to the power 12. Alright. Now you are asked to find the sum of even divisors of 4096. So this is a very good task for you, because this is what? 2 to the power 1 plus 2 to the power 2 plus 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 4 plus 2 to the power 5. Okay, so you just have to remove this number and accept this. You have to find the sum. Okay, you have to find the sum. 2 to the power 8, 2 to the power 9, 2 to the power 10, 2 to the power uh, 11, and 2 to the power 12. Okay, so you have to find the sum of this. So this is a long task. I'll leave it to you. Okay, now you can obviously calculate. This becomes what? 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. All right, plus 64 plus 128. Okay, till here this is 128, and then this becomes 256. Okay, then this becomes 512, then this becomes 1024. All right, and then this becomes what? 1024. This becomes 2048, and this becomes obviously 4096. So these are all the even divisors of what? 4096. Okay, and just add all these, you are going to get the sum. So this was obviously a lengthy question. Okay, and see, definitely um, you know that this will be one of these. Okay, one of these, uh, and just add this and find the answer. All right. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, see, now we already did the number of zeros in factorial 6. I mean, in any factorial. Okay, so this concept I already told you. All right, I think everybody is familiar with this concept, how to calculate the number of zeros in factorial 45. Okay, just take the power of 5. So we have 45 by 5, and you have to find the greatest integer here. So that will be 9. And then divide 45 by 25. What are you going to get when you divide 45 by 25? 9 by 5, which is what? Which is 1 point something. So the total number of 5 you are going to get is 10, and so the total number of zeros you are going to get is also 10. Now see, the number of zeros in factorial 45 will be equal to the number of zeros in factorial 46, because what is factorial 46? 46 into factorial 45. So if there is any more 5 here, no. Okay, and then again factorial 47 is what? 47 into factorial 46, and we know that there are 10 fives only in factorial 45. So there are 10 fives only in factorial 46 as well, and there are 10 fives only in factorial 47 as well. Okay. Similarly, factorial 48 will also have 10 zeros, and factorial 49 will also have 10 zeros only. Okay, you don't have to calculate them separately. Okay, once you know the number of zeros in factorial 5, then all of these have the same number of zeros. Okay, and similarly, factorial 50 will have how many zeros? 12 zeros. Okay. Why? Because we know already factorial 45 had 10 zeros. These people added no zeros to it. And when factorial 50 came, then you know 50 is what? 110. Okay. And 1 5 more. So we got 2 more 5s here. So the number of zeros will become how much? 12. Okay. Um, Now see, we are just observing things, all right. So apart from this fact, there is one more thing, that while there are 10 zeros in 49 factorial, there are directly 12 zeros. Okay, I told these things. This means what? That you get 10 zeros in factorial 45, and then you got 12 zeros in factorial 12. Okay, so you will get no factorial in which you are getting 11 zeros. Okay, because see, 45 से 50 के बीच में आने तक आपको कोई भी ऐसा नंबर नहीं मिला जहां 10 से ज्यादा जीरोस हो, एंड देन जैसे ही 50 पे आप आते हैं तो आपको 12 जीरोस मिलते हैं, यू गेट 12 जीरोस। तो ऐसा कोई भी नंबर नहीं मिल फैक्टोरियल का नंबर नहीं मिलेगा जिसके पास 11 जीरोस हो। ओके, सी हम इतना डेप्थ में पढ़ रहे हैं क्वांट कि आप कैट का भी क्वांट जा करके दे सकते हैं। ओके, तो हम इस डेप्थ में पढ़ रहे हैं। ओके, ताकि आपको क्वांट में कोई दिक्कत ना हो। ऑल राइट, एंड ऑब्वियसली देखिए, यूपीएससी का पेपर लेट्स से कि अभी जितना टफ आया इससे डबल भी टफ आ जाता है, बट वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग, और इससे डबल भी टफ आ जाएगा तो हमें तो चाहिए सिर्फ 66 मार्क्स है ना। ओके, तो सी सैट तो हो ही जाएगा, आप दूसरे एप्टीट्यूड एग्जामिनेशन भी अटेम्प्ट करके देखिए, जस्ट प्रैक्टिस दिस एंड जस्ट गो देयर, एंड आई एम श्योर कि अगर थोड़ा बहुत आपके पास स्पीड रहा तो यू विल बी एबल टू क्लियर वन ऑफ देम। ओके, तो ये आपका एक जो आजकल बैकअप प्लान की भी बात होती है ना, सो दिस इज योर बैकअप प्लान ऑल्सो। देखिए, यूपीएससी ने सीसैट का जो लेवल बढ़ाया है, इसको पॉजिटिव वे में लीजिए। ओके, देर इज लॉट ऑफ नेगेटिविटी इन द मार्केट अबाउट द सीसैट कि इसका लेवल बढ़ गया है, बट इसको पॉजिटिव इसमें लीजिए, क्योंकि देखिए यूपीएससी भी जानता है कि उनका एग्जामिनेशन प्रोसीजर थोड़ा तो अनसर्टेन है, एंड जब तक यूपीएससी में हो नहीं जाता तो आपके पास एक बैकअप हो जाए, इसके लिए ये चाहती है कि यूपीएससी कि आप एप्टीट्यूड प्रैक्टिस करो। यही पर्पस था एप्टीट्यूड के पेपर को इंक्लूड करने के लिए, है ना। बिकॉज देखिए, आप ये एप्टीट्यूड कर लेंगे तो आप कोई ना कोई एग्जाम्स जरूर दे सकते हैं। ओके, सो दिस इज अबाउट दैट। तो एप्टीट्यूड प्रैक्टिस करते रहिए, है ना। मेक इट अ प्रैक्टिस एटलीस्ट 30 minutes डेली। ओके, इवन व्हेन द कोर्स इज ओवर, देन देखिए दिमाग भी चलता रहेगा, है ना। एंड आपका क्या है, दूसरे एग्जाम्स के लिए भी प्रिपरेशन होती रहेगी। एंड आई एम ऑब्वियसली नॉट टेलिंग कि बैकअप होना ज़रूरी है या जो भी, दैट solely depends on what you think. But yes, if anything is beneficial, then why not? All right. So this was a little bit digression from the topic, but still let's continue. Okay. Now see, this question is saying factorial n has 23 zeros. What is the maximum possible value of n? Okay, what is the maximum possible value of n? तो basically the question is saying कि हमने ये number ले लिया factorial n and इसके पास 23 zeros है. तो n की वैल्यू क्या हो सकती है? n की वैल्यू क्या हो सकती है? ठीक है, तो हमको पता है हमको 5 से डिवाइड करना है. तो अभी देखिए हमने 50 तक तो देख लिया कि हमारे पास 12 जीरोज ही मिल रहे थे, ठीक है ना. उसके बाद आप 55 पे जाएंगे, 55 फैक्टोरियल पे आप जाएंगे तो आपको कितने जीरोज मिलने लगेंगे. देखिए 55 में कितना ये बड़ा 15 ओनली. ओके, सो बेसिकली आपको इसमें 13 जीरोज मिलेंगे 55 में. इसको चेक कर लेते हैं, है ना, एक बार. So 55 by 5 plus 55 by 25. Okay. So this will become what? This will become 11. Okay. And this will become what? This is 5 times and 5 11 times. So this is 2. All right. This is 2 point something. So this will be 2. So 13 zeros हमको मिल रहे हैं. Okay. 13 zeros हमको मिल रहे हैं. ओके, देन हमारा आ जाएगा 60. ओके, तो 60 में कितने 5 हैं? ऑब्वियसली 12 इंटू 5. सो देन आपके पास 14 जीरोज हो जाएंगे जब 60 आएगा. ओके, इसी तरीके से जब 65 आएगा तो बेसिकली 65 में कितने जीरोज है? दिस इज बेसिकली 13 इंटू 5. ओके, तो आपके पास कितने जीरोज हो जाएंगे? 15 जीरोज. ओके, एंड देन यू विल हैव व्हाट? 70. इसमें अगेन यू हैव व्हाट? ओनली 15 हियर. तो 60 we got up till 15 zeros. Okay, so we got our 16th zero here. Okay, so till 70 we have 16 zeros. But then see, जैसे ही factorial 75 आ जाएगा, so you will have two fives here because this is 75. Okay, so that means 5 into 5 into 3. Okay, so you have two 5 more. Okay, तो यहाँ पे आपके पास 18 zeros हो जाएंगे. Then let's go to 80. What is 80 basically? 80 is what? 5 into 2. Okay, and basically 8 more. Okay, so we have 1 5 only here. तो 80 पे हमको zeros मिलेंगे 19. 85 पे कितने zeros मिलेंगे? देखिए 85 पे नंबर ऑफ जीरोस कितने मिलेंगे? दिस इज जस्ट व्हाट? 17 इंटू 5. 5 ओके, 17 इंटू 5. सो 85 पे आपको 20 जीरोस मिल जाते हैं 85 फैक्टोरियल पे. ओके, देन यू हैव ऑब्वियसली 90 फैक्टोरियल. 90 फैक्टोरियल, what is 90 factorial? 90 factorial is 18 into 5. Okay, 8 5 is 40. Okay, so यहाँ पे आपको क्या मिलेगा? एक ही 5 मिलेगा. ओके, एक ही 5 मिलेगा. सो देन यू गेट 21 zeros up till here. Okay, 21 zeros up till 90. Then you will go to 95. Okay, which is what? 19 into 5. Okay, 19 into 5. Then you got 22 zeros here. Okay, now you have 100. And in 100 you have how many 5? You have two 5s. Okay, you have two 5s. So you get 24 zeros here. So there is no number n for which n factorial will give you 23 zeros. Okay, this is what I was trying to explain to you. That is why I came bit by bit here to explain how to calculate the number of 5s. Okay, so there is no number where you will get 23 zeros. Okay, uh, so these kind of trick question can also be asked. And factorial n has 13 zeros. What is the highest and the least value of n are? Okay, so when were we getting 13 zeros? When we took 55. So factorial 5, 13 zeros, 55. So this is the least value of n to get 13 zeros. And what is the highest value? 56 will also have 13 zeros, 57 will also have, 58 will also have, 59 will also have 13 zeros. So factorial 59 is the highest value for which you will have 13 zeros. Okay, so I hope everybody is understanding what the context of the question is. Now let's move forward. Right. See this question, what this is saying, find the number of zeros in the product of 1 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2 and so on. Okay. So देखिए यहाँ पे we have to just calculate the power of 5. All right. So यहाँ पे you have 5 to the power 5. So you have 5 fives here. Okay. Twos will always be greater. Okay. Because see, you have 5 here, but you already have so many twos. Okay, so just calculate 5. So now when you have 10 to the power 10, so how many 10 fives are there in 10 to the power 10? Obviously 10 fives. Okay, so add 10. Okay, then you have 15 to the power 15, I guess. So 5 into 3, all right. So 15 more fives. Okay, this is not very difficult question. All right, you have to calculate the number of zeros here. Then you go 20 to the power 20. You have how many fives here? Obviously 20. Add 20 here. Okay, then go for 25. You have how many fives here? Basically 5 square, but you have 25 here. Okay, so basically what you are going to get 50 number of fives. Okay, 50 number of fives. Then go to obviously 30. Here also you have what? 30 to the power 30 it will be raised. So number of fives will be 30. Okay. And then 35 to the power 35. Again number of fives will be how much? 35 only. Then you have 40 to the power 40. Here how many number of fives you have? 40 only. And then you have 45 to the power um, 45. Here how many number of fives you are going to have? 45. Okay, then you will find no fives until 49. Okay, so basically just add this and you will get the number of zeros. So what is going to be the sum here? This is 15 plus 15 is 30 plus 20 is 50 plus 50 is 100, 130, 165, 165 and 40 is what? 205 and 245 zeros. You will have 245 zeros in this product. So this is how you do this. Okay, this is how you do this. I hope now everybody is clear with this thing. This is very small concept that we are studying, but uh, still important because UPSC asks the number of zeros. Okay. Now similarly you can do for this as well. Alright, you can do for this as well. So what are you going to get? See, guys, look at this question. This question can also be easily solved. करना क्या है यहाँ पे कि it is given 100 to the power 199 square. Okay, and number of zeros in this. So basically this is backward. Okay, so basically this is backward. Okay, so how to do this? Start from here. 1 to the power 100. Okay, then you will have what? Into 2 to the power 99. Okay, into 3 to the power 98, into 4 to the power 97, and into 5 to the power 96. All right, 5 to the power 96 you are going to get. So first of all you are going to get 96 5 here. Okay, then uh, 5 to the power 96 is there. Okay, so what will be the power of 10? 6 to the power 97, sorry, 6 to the power 95 and 5 to the power, sorry, 7 to the power 94, 8 to the power 93, 9 to the power 92 and 10 to the power what? 91. Okay, 10 to the power 91. Okay, so you will add plus 91 here. Okay, then again 11 to the power 90 होगा तो आपका 15 to the power क्या होगा? Obviously 86. So add 86 here. Okay, add 86 here. Then 20 to the power क्या होगा? obviously 81. So add 81 here. Okay. Now obviously you will get here what? 25. In 25 may you know how many 5 are there? There are 2, and 25 will be raised to the power 76. Okay, so 5 square and 76. So 76 into 2 you have to write here. Okay, and then again 30 to the power क्या होगा 71. तो यहाँ पे 71 ऐड कर लीजिएगा. Now I have told you the logic of this number. You have to calculate this very carefully. Okay, and I will give you this question in practice sheet as well. All right. Already I have given you this hint. Okay. So now we already know how to find the zeros. Okay. How to find the zeros. So try to practice this for these numbers of factorial, and we know many concepts. Okay. We know now many concepts. Let's just see this one more question. What this question says is, find the maximum value of n such that 157 factorial is perfectly divisible by 10 to the power n. Okay, so basically इस क्वेश्चन में क्या बोल रहा है? नथिंग बट हाउ मेनी जीरोज आर देयर इन 157. ओके, बिकॉज 157 फैक्टोरियल में जितने जीरोज होंगे उतने 10 की पावर से ये डिवाइड हो जाएगा. तो इसमें नंबर ऑफ जीरोज ही फाइंड करने हैं, नथिंग एल्स. ओके, सो नंबर ऑफ जीरोज फाइंड करने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं? हम नंबर ऑफ 5 फाइंड करते हैं फैक्टोरियल में. सो 157 का फैक्टोरियल ले लिया, 157 by 5 किया, एंड देन क्या किया? प्लस 157 by 25 और 5 स्क्वायर. ओके, प्लस 157 by 5 क्यूब कर लेते हैं. एंड देखिए 5 टू द पावर 4 करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज वो क्या है 625 हो जाएगा और वो आपको जीरो ही ला के देगा. तो ये बेसिकली क्या हो जाएगा? 5 3s are 50. ओके, 5 1s are 5 एंड पॉइंट समथिंग आएगा 31 ही लेंगे. ओके, विल राइट एज 31 ओनली. ये 25 है. ओके, दिस इज 25. So this will obviously go how many times? 3 times. Okay, no, this will go more than 3 times. This will go 5 times. Okay, 5 times. 25 into 6 is 5 6 are 30, and this will become what? 2 6 are 12. Um, this will become 150. All right, 150. So this will go 6 times. This will go 6 point something. So this will become 6. All right, and this is what? 125. So 157 divided by 125. So obviously this will come 1, right? Because we have to find only the least integer here. So this will come to be 1. All right, 1. And this is obviously 0. So how many zeros basically we are getting here? 37. So 10 to the power n is what? 37. इतने zeros होंगे तो ये तब भी उससे divisible होगा perfectly. तो आपका आंसर क्या आ जाएगा? 37 आ जाएगा. तो ये जो क्वेश्चन है, we have to do the same thing. It is just that question has been twisted. We have to find the same thing. All right. So I hope everybody is clear with this concept as well. Okay. So I think now this concept can be applied to other question as well. I think now everybody will be able to do this. Let's just wrap this class here itself, and we will see other calculation in the next class. Okay, so thank you so much. Keep doing MCQs for prelims. It is coming very near. Read your books again and again. Okay, and read your newspaper as well, because आपका comprehension newspaper read करने से improve होगा. So thank you so much and all the best.